Are you struggling with your little one's sleep and aren't ready to sleep train just yet? I'm going to share some really simple, stress-free ways to improve your baby or toddler's sleep without any formal sleep training. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rena from Sweet Dream Sleep, a pediatric sleep consultant and a mum. I for sure have been through my fair share of sleep challenges with my daughter when she was younger, so I really want to share with you some easy ways to encourage better sleep for your little one that you can implement right away. So, first things first, you want to set a consistent sleep and wake up time for your little one. This will regulate their circadian rhythm and make it easier for them to settle into a natural sleep pattern. Predictability really is key. It's exactly what they need to start sleeping better. Aim to put them to bed and wake them up around the same time every day, give or take 30 minutes. I would also say that sticking to this routine at the weekends is really important too. A little bit of consistency can make such a big difference over time. Now, let's talk about routines. Babies and children thrive on routine because it helps them to feel secure and relaxed. A regular bedtime routine will improve sleep because it regulates their internal body clock by sending signals to the mind and the body that it's time to wind down for bed. And the routine doesn't need to be long, it doesn't need to be complicated. It might look like a warm bath, changing into pajamas, and a bedtime story, but please do cater it to your little one's individual needs and preferences. Remember, the key here is consistency. Just doing the same steps over and over again in the same order every single night will remind your little one that it's time to wind down. Now, I'd also have a really short pre-nap routine in place too. It doesn't need to be longer than 5 minutes. Maybe a change of nappy, switching on the white noise machine, lights out, and then a nice lullaby and cuddle before tucking them into bed. Having this predictability will allow them to relate the sequence of events to sleep. And if your little one is old enough, you could even make a chart or a board on the wall showing each part of their bedtime routine as photos or pictures. And they can see exactly what's happening, what's coming next, and it can sometimes make the bedtime routine smoother. Now, setting a sleep environment that's conducive to sleep can make a massive difference. Firstly, think about the lighting. So keep the sleep environment as dark as possible for all sleeps. So here is where blackout blinds and blackout curtains can be really beneficial. Secondly, you want it to be nice and quiet for sleep time. So just like us, little ones are more likely to drift off to sleep as well as stay asleep if the environment is quiet. So you may want to consider white noise, pink or even brown noise here. They will mask any background external sounds that could otherwise wake your little one. Do keep the white noise playing for the duration of your little one's sleep during the night, as well as for the full duration of their naps too. I wouldn't recommend lullaby music. The reason for this is that it has variable tones and frequency, which could potentially wake your little one when they transition sleep cycles. So stick to white noise instead. And thirdly, don't forget about the optimal room temperature for your little one. For safer sleep, between 16 and 20 degrees Celsius is recommended. Another tip is to get outside every day with your little one, ideally within the first hour of them waking and again within a couple of hours before bedtime. The natural light and the fresh air will regulate their circadian rhythm, which is their internal body clock. Now, let's talk about wake windows. This is the amount of time your little one is awake between one sleep and the next. Now, of course, it's helpful to keep an eye on these, but little ones have their own unique sleep needs. So what I find works best is for you to get to know your little one's sleepy cues. There are so many sleepy cues, and your little one may only exhibit a handful of these, but over time you will get to know your child's sleep cues. Do remember that for sleep to happen, timing is everything. If your little one is not tired enough, getting them to fall asleep can take a very long time and be very tough for them. And if they're overtired, it can also be really hard for them to settle to sleep. So you want to find that sweet spot. And for that to happen, it's really helpful to get to know your little one's sleepy cues and of course have a gauge of age appropriate wake windows too. So, like I mentioned, there are plenty of sleepy cues to watch out for. Early signs might include yawning, frowning, trouble focusing, sucking on a dummy or fingers or a thumb, and they might also start to prefer quieter activities. But when little ones get more tired, usually the signs change. So you may then notice fussiness, whining, tugging at the ears, rubbing eyes, and just generally being a little bit more irritable. Once you begin to recognize your baby or child's sleepy cues, you can catch them at the right moment so that you can pop them to sleep at exactly the right time for them. A final simple tip you can try right away is to pause for a few moments when your little one wakes up. Sometimes they're trying to settle back to sleep, or they may be transitioning sleep cycles which can cause them to wake momentarily. So just observe them for a few moments before you attend to them. You might be surprised they may settle back to sleep all by themselves. So there you have it, a few simple ways to help your little one sleep better. If you found these tips helpful, please do give this video a like and hit the subscribe button for more baby and child sleep tips. And if you have any questions or comments, please do share them in the comments box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next video.